You are welcome back to African Colonization TV and Biafran History. Today's date is 13 February 2026. We go down to the issue concerning Nnamdi Kanu prophecy, things he has said before, and the thing that is happening in Nigeria today. So, according to the headline title, "Finally, Nigeria now worse than Somalia. Division is the only solution," as Nnamdi Kanu prophecy fulfilled. So this man you are seeing on the screen, he have come out to explain and to analyze everything concerning what he saw. He's a prophet, according to him. He's a prophet, and he have seen Nnamdi Kanu in the spiritual realm and the power which Nnamdi Kanu have, and everything Nnamdi Kanu has been saying when he was still talking, when the Nigerian government has not kidnapped him, that everything he has been saying is fulfilling one after another. And then there is no any speech that Mazi made when he was still talking in his platform that has not fulfilled. The issue concerning Nigeria being worse than Somalia, or Nigeria will be in fact, Somalia will become more heaven compared to what will be happening to Nigeria. Today, the prophecy have come and everybody is seeing it. The issue of Christian genocide everywhere, no place in the country that is safe, and then how the US military, they are coming to save life and property. But instead of the government for them to look into what is happening, they are there chasing rats and then looking somewhere that is not the place they need to look to. The person that is giving them prophecy of what will happen to Nigeria, they locked him because of his saying the truth. And the government, they are very adamant and they don't want to understand the situation of Nigeria. And Nnamdi Kanu told them that the solution of this country is allow the Igbo to go, and they let the Biafran go, that they are the light and they are the reason why all those things is happening to Nigeria. But still they claim that one Nigeria is sacrosanct, and the division of Nigeria is forever and for worst. So nothing will happen to them that will make them to divide the country. So the worst is still happening, and every day things is still happening. Well, I will allow you to watch the video to the end for you to understand everything that is happening in this video. As you're about to watch, like, subscribe, and make sure you share the video to go around, let others see what is going on in Nigeria.
Nnamdi Kanu once said that if Nigerian government do not grant the Igbo, the Biafra, that Nigeria will be worse than Somalia.
I warned the zoo many years ago. If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia. And today it is happening.
Nnamdi Kanu once said that if Nigerian government do not grant the Igbo, the Biafra, that Nigeria will be worse than Somalia. He made this statement. Nnamdi Kanu made this statement that Nigeria will be worse than Somalia if they were not granted Biafra. There is something I want to bring out in this statement of Nnamdi Kanu, and I want our government to pay attention, to look on this direction very critically, because you see the world we are living in today. Not everybody will take their word for granted, because people come into this life with different spirit. Let us not just sweep this in under the carpet and just look at Nnamdi Kanu just one other, simply because we know him, we have died with him. We don't sweep aside what he said. Nnamdi Kanu might be one of a kind. He might be somebody who came into this world with some spirit that nobody knows. In the world, different people with their different spirit, with their different gifts. Let Nigerian government pay attention to what he said, because going by what is happening now in our country, if care is not taken, what Nnamdi Kanu said will eventually come into manifestation, into fulfillment, because it is gradually becoming a kind of reality. What he said is gradually becoming a kind of reality. Look at what, in fact, insecurity everywhere, fear everywhere, insecurity everywhere, and the thing is increasing by the day. What if eventually this thing escalates to that point of eventually turning Nigeria to become worse than Somalia, as Kanu has said? This is one reason Nigerian government should not just begin to treat anybody anyhow. This man is somebody they have to watch with a careful eyes, not be somebody that you just throw away. Not somebody you just treat anyhow. Not at all. It's not someone that you should not treat anyhow. Because look at all what this man has said. Many things he has said. Let me not say everything, but at least many things he has said. are actually manifesting. In the case of this saying Nigeria is going to be worse than Somalia, is where I am paying practical attention to. And I want every well-meaning Nigerians, including the leader of the government, to pay attention to this very aspect. He said Nigeria will be worse than Somalia. And with the things going on, with what is happening in Nigeria, are we not seeing that Nigeria is moving towards that direction? Are we not seeing it? Or are we going to close eyes and say we are informed and claim that we are not seeing what is happening? Under our nose, things are going on. We are not going to be talking about the kidnapping, different type of kidnappers, insecurity, banditry, terrorism, Boko Haram, many things. What? Too many insecure, too many reasons for, too many causes of insecurity. Too many causes of insecurity are already existing in Nigeria, and this may lead Nigeria to that point of becoming worse than Somalia. Government need to rise up urgently. Do the needful. Let us put 1 and 2 together, 5 and 6 together. Let us reason deeply. This is not something you just begin to act out of annoyance, out of hatred, out of wanting another. This is time to begin to apply our thinking faculty to work, our brain to work. It is time to begin to apply our brain to work, because there is fear in the land. There is fear in the land. Travelers are always scared. Those who are traveling are always carrying their heart in their hand. Any little thing like this, everybody don't shout. Everything like this, every little thing, everybody is shouting. This country, where are we heading to? Government of Nigeria, do not take everything for granted. Do not just take it. Watch what that man said and watch what is going on in Nigeria. Watch what that man said. You might sweep this thing I'm saying under the carpet. We just overlook it and just trash it and say, I beg guys, this one's a nonsense thing. Because we human beings are bound to be foolish to that extent. Human beings are bound to be stupid to that extent. Yes, because sometimes we know they pay attention. We easily look down on things. We have that mentality. We have that kind of spirit that look down on things easily without knowing that thing we just look down on. It's something we're supposed not to have looked down on. It's something that would have saved a lot of souls, but because we are careless with our decisions, we are careless in our thinking, in our actions and everything we do, we allow problems that are supposed to have been solved with just little thing to eventually happen. Please, Nigerian government, pay attention. I don't see Kanu as ordinary man, just like every other person. I don't see him. I don't see him. I see a very strong spirit inside that man. He's one of a kind on earth, because in this world everybody came with his assignment, with his gift, with his function, with their different gifts, with their different assignment, with their different functioning, with mission. That man, you may look at him as just me and you, but he has his own spirit, his own mission on earth, and he has a strong spirit, a mighty spirit that people should just call him. In fact, it's better you grant him what he wants. If that is what will save this country from becoming worse than Somalia, or if that is what is going to save this country from all this insecurity ravaging the country, because we can say, no, many people might have what the heck nonsense to not this, and I'm saying that we just a nonsense topic. What is this? We will go and slaughter all of them in Igbo land and you don't know that by saying that, by even doing that, is what you are is taking Nigeria to become worse than Somalia. By continuing fighting and wanting to take over Igbo land, take over everywhere in Nigeria, might eventually end making this country to become worse than Somalia. So we should think. You who is killing today, don't you also remember that there are people that may know how to kill more than you. So if those people start their own killing, where will you be? So let us think. Let us not become like animal, because some people are like animal, like stupid people. They are foolish. They don't think. They only think one direction. That is when they think they favor them. They don't know that it will get to a point that thing that favor them will begin to disfavor them. We begin to boomerang. So let us all, both those that are killing people and those that are free, let everybody begin to use their brain. Both you the bandits, you terrorists, you kidnappers and all that, you should begin to apply your brain, because what you people are doing might eventually lead Nigeria to a state of war than Somalia. That is, you and I will not be safe, including you the bandits, you the killers, and including the innocent ones will eventually become a victim of a bad decision. Might eventually become a victim of a bad decision made by many, by the government, who failed to intervene instantly and do the needful to curb this rising tension. This rising tension in the land. It is a very simple thing. Government can curb it overnight, but I don't know why they are not doing it. I have raised my case, I rest my case. Let the government think. Kanu's statement is not an ordinary thing, because Kanu himself, Nnamdi, he said, is not an ordinary man. His words are powerful. His words are filled with spirit, with power, with unction. Whether you like it or not, I have said what I want to say. Peace.
Welcome back, my people. Ohamadike, one of Igbo land. All the prophecies where Nnamdi Kanu don't prophesize, all of them don't fulfill. No, only this one will remain. You will sleep in Nigeria and wake up in Biafra land one day. I strongly believe with you, the man who saw tomorrow. I know that this journey will never be in vain. Keep playing for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. One day shall be one day. God will do the merciful. Please share this post. Thank you.
Oh yes. Now, wow. That is small thing. This man, he have said it all. The Nigerian government, they need to look into everything that is happening in Nigeria today. Starting from the beginning to this time around, everything is happening. Nnamdi Kanu have already said the whole thing. It is not about who will be the next president. It is not about who will lead or the person that is leading is not leading us well. Nigerian states or the way the country is being structured, I don't think the structure is for it to favor anybody apart from those in power. And those that is coming in power, I don't think they can do it for this country to work for everybody to enjoy it. No matter how they try, no matter how they do it, they may be telling you that I can fix it, I can fix it. But at the end, it's get worse. And the person who have come to prophesy, to give them the main thing that is in Nigeria and to tell them the solution of this country, instead of them to look into what he's saying and instead of them to at least to address all those things that he's saying, instead of it they lock him and they sentence him life imprisonment. It's very laughable. Something that once you sit down and start looking the situation of Nigeria, it will look as if the more you look, the less you see. That is how it is. Well, it's only God that will help, mostly the Christian in the country, because the situation of things at ground, it is not favoring anybody. The situation of things on ground. Nobody is happy. Nobody is, in fact, everywhere, every day, once you open your radio, your TV, anything as in news, you must hear that so place, so people have unalive, so people have unalive, so people have, so from left, right, and center. And the way that people is being unalive in Nigeria, it is worse than a place where there is fighting war. It is very worse. And all those things, the government, they may claim that they have the solution and they will do it. But every day it is getting worse. Like what is happening now, Tinubu is now trying all his best how he will make his 2027 election, how he's going to win his election. That is all his plan. He does not think about if people will survive by after 2027. He does not think if people will still exist in Nigeria. All their plan is how they are going to get their 2027 election and how they are going to get their office back. That is how it is. Well, I will allow you to watch this video where Mazi Kanu, where this man explained a lot concerning what is going on between Mazi Kanu and the Nigerian government and how Kanu has been getting upper hand on what is happening.
In the enduring wisdom of our Nigerian ancestors, the child who washes his hands clean deserves to eat with elders, a proverb that underscores the pursuit of fairness and the hope that justice, when sought diligently, will prevail over perceived wrongs. This saying takes on profound relevance today as we examine the latest developments in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, who has filed an appeal against his life sentence for terrorism convictions. With the original trial presided over by Justice Omotosho at the Federal High Court, Kanu and his legal team are now pushing for a higher review, expressing beliefs that the proceedings were unjust and hoping for a fresh perspective from another judge in the appellate process. This move has sparked renewed optimism among IPOB supporters that the sentence could be reversed, aligning with their long-held wishes for what they see as a rectification of an unfair outcome. This narrative confirms street news. Now waiting we hear with the report, but be sure say, na confirm. Abeg, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment to help us grow and bring you undiluted news. Let's unpack the events as they stand. On February 4th, 2026, Kanu submitted a notice of appeal to the Court of Appeal in Abuja, marked under a specific case reference, challenging the November 2025 judgment from the Federal High Court. In that ruling, delivered by Justice Omotosho, Kanu was found guilty on 7 counts related to terrorism and sentenced to life imprisonment for terrorism convictions. The primary offenses included committing acts preparatory or in furtherance of terrorism, in violation of the Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act of 2013, which carried the life term, as well as making a broadcast around May 30th, 2021 that was received across Nigeria. In that transmission, prosecutors allege Kanu issued threats to intimidate the public, warning that anyone disregarding a sit-at-home order should prepare their will, a statement framed as inciting fear and disorder. Currently detained in Sokoto prison, Kanu is listed as the appellant, with the Federal Republic of Nigeria as the respondent. His team is seeking not just a reduction, but a full reversal, quashing the convictions on all counts, setting aside the life sentence, and ultimately discharging and acquitting him. Central to their arguments is the claim that Justice Omotosho erred procedurally by imposing the sentence without allowing Kanu the right of allocutus, an opportunity for the convicted to address the court in mitigation before final sentencing. They further contend that the judge overlooked key mitigating factors and failed to weigh essential considerations, leading to the maximum penalty without proper justification. This appeal effectively signals Kanu's intent to escalate the matter to a higher bench, where a different judge or panel could re-evaluate the case, potentially addressing what his side views as injustices in the original handling under Justice Omotosho. If narratives like this, which delve into the intricacies of our judicial system and the quests for equity that define our society, resonate with you, take a moment to like this video, comment on your thoughts about the role of appeals in delivering justice, and subscribe to ensure you catch every twist in stories that impact our collective future. Your involvement makes all the difference. To appreciate the significance of this appeal, we must consider the broader backdrop that has made Kanu's case a lightning rod for national discourse. The indigenous people of Biafra, founded by Kanu in 2012, emerged as a platform advocating for the self-determination of the Igbo ethnic group in Nigeria's southeast, rooted in decades-old grievances over political marginalization, economic disparities, and the scars of the 1967 to 1970 Nigerian Civil War. IPOB's activities, including calls for referendums, peaceful demonstrations, and enforcement of sit-at-home protests to draw attention to regional issues, were met with government crackdowns. In 2017, the administration labeled IPOB a terrorist organization, citing associated violence, though the group insists on its commitment to non-violence and blames state forces for escalations. Kanu's journey through the courts began with his 2015 arrest on treasonable felony charges, followed by bail in 2017, which he allegedly violated by fleeing abroad. His controversial rearrest in Kenya in June 2021 and extradition to Nigeria, described by his defenders as an illegal rendition breaching constitutional and international rights, set the stage for the trial under Justice Omotosho. Over the ensuing years, the proceedings faced delays, health complaints from Kanu, and criticisms from human rights observers regarding detention conditions and access to counsel. The November 2025 conviction and life sentence under Justice Omotosha's oversight were hailed by some as a victory for national security, but decried by others as an overreach, suppressing legitimate dissent rather than tackling root causes like underdevelopment in the southeast. Now, with the appeal moving the case away from Justice Omotosho's court to the appellate level, where a new judge or panel will preside, there's a logical shift in dynamics. The higher court could scrutinize the trial's fairness, potentially validating claims of procedural flaws and offering a chance for re-evaluation, unburdened by the original judge's rulings.
The key actions here revolve around the principal figures. Kanu, as the central actor, has consistently maintained his innocence, portraying his activism as a fight for equity rather than terrorism. His legal team has articulated that Justice Omotosho's failure to grant allocutus denied Kanu a vital chance to present personal mitigating circumstances, such as his health issues or the political context of his statements, which might have influenced a lighter sentence. They argue this oversight, combined with inadequate consideration of broader factors, warrants a complete overturn. On the government side, as the respondent, the prosecution is expected to uphold the conviction by reinforcing the evidence of Kanu's broadcasts and activities as direct threats to public safety and national integrity. While no immediate responses from officials are detailed, the state's historical stance has emphasized the need to deter separatism to preserve unity. The decision to appeal represents Kanu's strategic push for a retrial-like review under a different judicial eye, hoping to remove Justice Omotosho from the equation, introduces impartiality, and addresses perceived biases in the initial trial. The consequences of this development span political, social, economic, and security domains. Politically, a successful appeal could pressure the government to reconsider its hardline approach to separatist groups, perhaps fostering negotiations on regional autonomy or federal restructuring to mitigate ethnic tensions. Socially, it reinforces debates on freedom of speech and the right to self-determination, potentially healing or widening rifts between the southeast and other parts of Nigeria. For communities in the region where IPOB holds sway, a reversal might restore faith in the judiciary, reducing alienation felt under what some view as an unjust process led by Justice Omotosho. Economically, the Southeast's ongoing challenges, high youth unemployment, poor infrastructure, and investment flight due to insecurity, could worsen if the case prolongs unrest, but a positive outcome might stabilize the area, encouraging business and development. Security-wise, Kanu's imprisonment has coincided with increased violence from armed groups in the region, often linked to enforcement of IPOB directives. His release through reversal could de-escalate some threats, though it risks reigniting mobilization if not managed carefully. Reactions from the public highlight the story's divisive nature. IPOB followers and Southeastern sympathizers have expressed strong hopes for reversal, viewing the appeal and the shift away from Justice Omotosho to another judge as a beacon of possibility that their wishes for Kanu's freedom will be realized. Online and in communities, there's talk of prayers and advocacy, with many believing a new judicial perspective could correct what they see as a flawed trial marred by procedural injustices. Human rights groups echo this, stressing the importance of allocutus as a cornerstone of fair sentencing. Conversely, opponents from other regions and unity advocates argue the conviction was sound, warning that reversal might embolden threats to Nigeria's federation. Legal experts provide nuance, acknowledging that while allocutus denials have led to sentence adjustments in past cases, the core evidence against Kanu remains compelling, making full acquittal a hopeful but challenging prospect for his supporters. As we look ahead, the appeal's path offers several potential directions, with the question of reversal at its core. The Court of Appeal, under a different judge or panel now that Justice Omotosho is out of the picture, will examine procedural claims. Claims like allocutus are well precedented and could prompt a remand for resentencing or even a retrial if deeper flaws emerge. For IPOB followers whose wishes center on Kanu's exoneration, there's grounded hope. If the appellate court finds the original process unjust, reversal becomes plausible, potentially leading to his discharge and a broader dialogue on Southeast grievances. However, the government could counter robustly, prolonging the matter through counter-arguments or further appeals to the Supreme Court. Timelines might extend months, during which Kanu's detention continues, but international scrutiny from organizations like the UN could urge expediency and fairness. In an optimistic scenario aligning with supporters' aspirations, reversal would not only free Kanu but signal judicial independence, possibly easing regional tensions. Yet, if upheld, it might intensify calls for political solutions like amnesty. This case tests Nigeria's commitment to balanced justice, where hopes for reversal, fueled by the change in judicial oversight, could either materialize or underscore the complexities of reconciling security with rights. Wrapping up this insightful look into a saga that continues to shape our national narrative, I'd love to hear from you. Do you think the shift to a new judge boosts the chances of reversal, and how might that fulfill the wishes of those rooting for Kanu? Like if this breakdown helped clarify the stakes, subscribe for more investigative stories straight from Nigeria's pulse, and turn on notifications to stay informed. Together, we keep the conversation going.
Well, that is a very nice move. We believe and we trust in God that Nnamdi Kanu is going to win in this appeal. He's going to win. And the issue of Omotosho, now Omotosho is out of the way. So let's see how the appeal is going to go through at the end of it. But we believe and we pray to God for everything to work in the favor of Kanu. The thing that is going on in Nigeria today, it is not. In fact, everybody is seeing how everything is happening. So let's work in hand to make sure that things work and Nnamdi Kanu have his own freedom, so that every part in Igbo land will be free. So as you are watching, like, subscribe, and make sure you share the videos and let others see things going on in Nigeria. Say thank you for watching.